Hello students, we are studying the chapter Basic Principles of Organic Chemistry, and in today's video we will be discussing the topic of isomerism. So what is isomerism? The phenomenon or existence of two or more compounds possessing the same molecular formula is known as isomerism. So I can give you two compounds with same molecular formula, but their structure might be different or the arrangement of atoms inside those compounds might be different. Okay, so those two compounds, they are known as isomers of each other. Now based on what type of arrangement is there, we can classify isomerism into two types: structural isomerism and stereoisomerism. Okay, fine. So students, isomerism is the concept when two or more compounds, they have the same molecular formula. The first type is structural isomerism. Students, in structural isomerism, two or more compounds, they have the same molecular formula but they have different structural formula. Okay, and the second type is stereoisomerism. In stereoisomerism, two or more compounds, they have the same structural formula but they have different spatial arrangement of the group. Okay, that is obviously because both of them are types of isomerism, so their molecular formulas of the compound is going to be same, but in the first one, the structure of the compounds, the structural formula will be different, whereas in the second one, that is stereoisomerism, the structural formula will also be the same, but the arrangement of the groups or atoms in space, that is going to be different. Okay, now students, in this particular chapter, we will be discussing about structural isomerism only in detail. Okay, now there are various types of structural isomerism. They are chain isomerism, position isomerism, functional group isomerism, metamerism and tautomerism. So we will be discussing each subtype in detail. Whereas if I talk about stereoisomerism, there are two types in it: geometrical isomerism and optical isomerism. So now this part, it will be discussed in detail maybe in some other chapter. Alright, in this particular chapter we will be discussing structural isomerism in detail. So students, what is structural isomerism? When two or more compounds have same molecular formula and different structural formula, they are said to be structural isomers of each other, and this phenomenon is known as structural isomerism. Okay, fine. So in this, let's discuss the very first type, that is chain isomerism. So students, what is chain isomerism? When two or more compounds, they have the same molecular formula but they have different parent chain. Okay, the parent chain is different or the carbon skeleton is different. It is referred to as chain isomerism. So you all can see I have drawn two compounds over here. The first compound is a straight chain 4-carbon alkane, which is named as butane. Okay, the second compound is also a 4-carbon alkane. Okay, but you all can see the arrangement is different. Here the straight chain has 3 carbons and 1 carbon atom is in branching. So if I have to write the IUPAC name for this, it would be 2-methyl propane. Okay, now students, if you all see the molecular formula of both of these compounds, it is C4H10. You all can see 4 carbon atoms, and if you count the hydrogen atoms, there are 10. Even in this compound, there are 4 hydrogen atoms and 4 carbon atoms and 10 hydrogen atoms. Okay, fine. So both these compounds, they have the same molecular formula. Alright, but their structure is different. Because their structure is different, they are like two different compounds. Okay, fine. And here, how is the structure differing? The structure is differing because of the parent chain. Here the parent chain is a 4-carbon chain. Here the parent chain or the main skeleton is a 3-carbon chain. Okay, so this is chain isomerism. Students, the next type is position isomerism. Okay, now what is the phenomenon of position isomerism is that different compounds, they have the same functional group at different positions on the parent chain. It is known as position isomerism. Okay, you all can see I have drawn two examples over here. Both of them have the functional group double bond, that is alkene in them. Okay, both of them are 4-carbon compounds, but you all can see the position of the double bond is different. In this first compound 1, 2, 3, 4. The double bond is between second and third carbon. That is why the name butene. If you all see this example 1, 2, 3, 4, the double bond is between first and second carbon. That is why but1ene. And if I write the molecular formula for both of them, it is going to be C4H8. So you all can see the molecular formula for both of them are same. The functional group in both the compounds is same, but the position of the functional group is different. Okay, that makes them two different compounds. That is why this is the type of another structural isomerism, that is position isomerism. The third type is functional group isomerism. Students, in this there are different compounds, okay, which have the same molecular formula, but they have different functional groups. Okay, fine. The molecular formula is same, the formula that you get after condensing everything, but the functional group is different. Now please don't be confused between functional group isomerism and position isomerism, because in position isomerism the functional group is same, their position is different, whereas in functional group isomerism the functional group is only different. You all can see I have drawn two compounds over here. The first one is an ether, ROR, the second one is an alcohol. Okay, I have written both common name and IUPAC. So this compound, its common name is dimethyl ether, its IUPAC is methoxymethane. The second one, its common name is ethyl alcohol and its IUPAC is ethanol. Okay, fine. Now students, if I condense these two compounds, if I condense and obtain their molecular formula, I get C2H6 and oxygen. Okay, C2H6 and oxygen. So you all can see C2, 2 carbon, 6 hydrogen atoms, H6 and 1 oxygen. If I look at this compound C2, then 3, 2 and this 1 hydrogen, all the hydrogen atoms combine to give H6 and 1 oxygen. Okay, fine. So you all can see these are functional group isomers of each other. So ether and ethanol is one such pair, okay, which are functional group isomers of each other. So students, before I move ahead, I would like to discuss few more examples of functional group isomers. Okay, fine. The first one, that is the first set, that is alcohol and ethers, we have already discussed. The second set is aldehyde and ketones. Okay, aldehydes and ketones are also functional group isomers of each other. You all can see I have written two examples over here. The first compound is propanal, which is an aldehyde. The second compound is acetone, which is a ketone. Okay, fine students. So I have taken examples of 3 carbon compounds for both the functional groups, and if you see the molecular formula, it is C3H6 and oxygen. You all can see here 3 carbon atoms, 3, 4, 5, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen. Similarly over here 3 carbon atoms, 6 hydrogen atoms and 1 oxygen. Okay, so aldehydes and ketones are functional group isomers of each other. We have one more set, that is carboxylic acid and ester. Okay, fine. I have written two examples. The first one is a 3 carbon acid, that is propanoic acid. The second one, it is an ester which is derived from acetic acid. You all can see this is a 2 carbon part and then the hydrogen has been replaced with methyl group. Again, if you overall see, the carbon atoms are 3. Okay, so this compound is methyl acetate. If I write the molecular formula for these two compounds, it is going to be same, C3H6O2. So they are functional group isomers of each other. So these are the commonly used examples of functional group isomers. So you all are supposed to remember it: alcohol and ethers, aldehyde and ketone, carboxylic acid and ester. Okay. Students, the next type of structural isomerism is metamerism. Okay, now in this, the different compounds which have same molecular formula, they have the same functional group, but they have unequal distribution of carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. Okay, they have unequal distribution of carbon atoms on either side of the functional group, and this phenomenon, it is referred as metamerism. And these isomers, okay, they are known as metamers. Alright, fine. Like for example, in chain isomerism, the compounds are known as chain isomers, right? So similarly, in metamerism, the compounds, they are known as metamers of each other. Okay students, metamers. Now you all can see I have drawn two compounds over here. Both of them are ethers, means the functional group in both of them is same. Okay, ROR, ROR. But you all can see in the first one there are two carbons on each side of oxygen atom. Okay, so this is, if I write the common name, it is diethyl ether. If I write the IUPAC name, it is ethoxyethane. Okay, but the total carbon atoms are 4. See the next compound. On one side, still the total carbon atom is same, okay, 1 2 3 4, but the distribution is now different. Alright, fine. First the distribution was 2 on each side. Now the distribution is like 1 methyl group on one side and the remaining 3 carbon atoms on other side. Common name for this compound is methyl propyl ether and IUPAC is methoxypropane. Okay, but it is obvious, if I write the molecular formula for this, it is going to be C4H10O. Okay, fine. So these two compounds, they are known as metamers of each other. And what is metamerism? When there is unequal distribution of carbon atoms on either side of the functional group. Okay. Students, the last type of structural isomerism is tautomerism. Okay, fine. Now what is tautomerism? Now see students, there are compounds which exist as a mixture of two or more structurally distinct molecules which are in rapid equilibrium with each other. Okay, you all can see these two compounds, alright, fine. In them, they have a little bit different structure. You all can see this sign, this indicates it is reversible, alright, and this is in equilibrium state, alright, fine. Now students, over here the example which I have taken is keto-enol tautomerism. Now what is tautomerism students? You all can see the first one, this is a keto form. Okay, you all can see there is C double bond over here and okay, there is C double bond over here. Now students, the carbon atom which is adjacent to the carbon atom which has the main functional group. Here keto, obviously all have understood, we are talking about the ketonic functional group. So here we have C double bond O and the carbon that is adjacent to this C is obviously alpha carbon. Okay, the next form which we have, it is the elements are still the same, there is only some changes happened. So what are the changes that has happened? You all can see the hydrogen from alpha carbon, okay, the hydrogen atom from alpha carbon will go and it will attach on this oxygen atom. Okay, fine, you all can see the OH form over here. Now because of that, what has happened student, this carbon has one valency less and this oxygen has one extra bond. So that is the reason this double bond will shift over here. And this functional group where there is a double bond and on the carbon which has double bond there is alcohol functional group attached. Okay, so it is known as enol. It is like combination of students en plus ol. Okay, the last E of en is removed and then enol. So this is your enol. So from ketonic functional group you all can form enol functional group just by just by shifting some bonds. Okay, so shifting of bonds is known as tautomerism. By shifting, the molecular formula etc is everything still the same, but we get two different compounds just by shifting of bonds. Okay, so what have we done? The alpha hydrogen, okay, alpha hydrogen means the hydrogen that is attached on alpha carbon. The alpha hydrogen will be shifted over here on this oxygen atom and this double bond will be shifted in the center. Okay, and they are known as tautomers of each other. Alright, fine. So with this students, we are done with structural isomerism and the topic isomerism of this chapter. The further topics we will be discussing in the next video. Thank you.